She is official, but then she left the next day and actually had quite the week. No, I know, right? She was gone. um, she had spring break this past week with her school, so got a last minute invitation to go to Cancun with a girlfriend and her mom and dad, and was able to get the same flights out of Fort Lauderdale on Spirit. So it was really, I mean, it was inexpensive. So she just got back yesterday. So she hasn't driven since she got her license. But yeah, I know. Yes, lucky girl. So everybody grabbing a strap. Yep. And the 2 blocks. I'm glad to still see the studio pretty full. I know everybody's starting to leave. So who's heading out this week? And then do we have another wave in May? Well, the season, it's just the season, the ebb and flow. What? Yes. You're here too. Yes. Well, and for anyone who can access Zoom, the classes will be available this way too. So hopefully we'll see our friends. Everybody have a good weekend. Good. I had some fun with my class on Saturday. So anybody here Jewish? Has anyone ever been to a Seder, a Passover Seder? No. So Passover is the holiday where we retell the story of the Exodus. So it's definitely part of the Bible. And there's a part in the Seder where you ask the youngest member at the table to read 4 questions. And the questions are, why is this night different than all other nights? And you go through these 4 questions that symbolize the story. And one is, why do we eat matzah? Why do we eat bitter herbs? And there's reasons for each one of them. But it's always like a pivotal part of the Seder, because depending on who the youngest is, those questions could end up being spoken all different ways. So I have. Must be some interesting answers. Well, we never answer them. Well, I guess we do answer them. Sorry. Yes. But the kids just ask the questions, and then the adults say why, the meaning behind them all. So I had this moment of inspiration, I guess, Saturday morning, and I came up with my own questions for my yoga class. So I thought I would share this as a way to open up the class this morning. Because it's still Passover. Passover keeps going. Everybody got a shot. Yeah. And they're good food for thought. There we go. All right, so find a comfortable seat, either crossing the legs or sitting on blocks in hero's pose, whichever's more comfortable for you this morning. And as we begin to tune in, so just soften the gaze, or if it's comfortable to close the eyes. Nan is online. Thanks for joining us. I'm just trying to connect. So tune into your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth or nose. So my yoga version of the 4 questions. How is this class different than all other classes? In all other classes, my mind wanders, but today I will focus on my breath. In all other classes, I worry I'm not doing the pose good enough, but today I accept myself for where I am. In all other classes, I may push myself to where I feel pain, but today I will honor my body and practice ahimsa for nonviolence. And in all other classes, I may stay rigid, but today I will balance effort with ease and work toward releasing unwanted tension from my body. So just, Satisha's here. Welcome back. So just thinking about those questions. As they relate to your practice, to being here today, tuning in. Bringing into mind how this practice feeds you. In Sanskrit, the word yoga means well, yoga is a Sanskrit word and it means to yoke. The union of mind, body, and if comfortable with it, soul or spirit. So maybe the practice is more physical than for the mind for you. So maybe answering one of those questions, and maybe today it's honoring your body and practicing ahimsa, nonviolence. Or maybe looking for the calming of the mind. So focusing on the breath, not letting the mind wander. And slide your hands to your heart center in the prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. Set your intention for your practice, something that resonated with you, something that stirred something inside as I read those questions. And let's take a moment to dedicate this practice just out into the universe. So maybe the first person that comes to your mind. And now the second person, sending them some energy to maybe help them through any obstacles that they might be going through. And then keep widening that circle to all beings everywhere. And then bring one hand over your heart, one hand to your low belly, and just a few rounds of pranayama here. Pause with breath, or opposite, breath with pause. So at the top of your inhale, hold the breath. Not too forcefully, just to where it's comfortable before you feel the need to exhale. And then at the bottom of the breath, take another pause, a comfortable pause, only until you feel it's necessary to take an inhale. And then at the top of the breath, pausing again. Comfortable pause until it's time to release that breath, following it down to the low belly, and then taking a pause at the bottom of the breath until you feel it necessary to inhale. And just keep moving like that at your own pace, at your own rhythm. Noticing how the breath feels in the body this morning. Noticing if there's rigidness or a softness. Noticing how that pause makes you feel. Exploring the breath in your body. Tuning into the breath helps us to calm the chatter in the mind. Bring your awareness to your sits bones. Notice the connection they're making with this support beneath them. And finishing up whatever round you're on with your exhale. Keeping your hands where they are will create the sound of Om together. So maybe feeling the vibration even more with your palms resting on the skin. So take a full inhale and then we'll Om on the exhale. And gently flicker the eyes open. Move your block out of the way if you were using it and come to lie on your back. Bringing your feet to the mat, knees bent as if you're moving into bridge pose. So have the knees and the feet a comfortable distance apart, and then interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head, letting the elbows come out to the sides. So a gentle shoulder opening here, also opening the chest, keeping your nose and gaze facing the ceiling. Try not to drop your chin to your chest. So we'll be here for a minute to just begin to open the shoulders. Keeping your awareness on your breath and exploring how this shoulder opener feels. So with each inhale and exhale, maybe creating a little bit more space in those muscles. Noticing if there's rigidity or tightness. See if you can allow the whole back to expand on the mat. So 5 more breaths here. See if the shoulders are real tight and you've got the elbows a little raised off the mat. Maybe try gliding the shoulder blades under a little bit to help that area soften. See if you can press, if your arms are comfortably on the floor mat, press them into the mat a little bit to notice the opening in the chest. 2 more full breaths. If there's any arching left in your back, see if you can press the middle of your back into the mat. Next, exhale, separate the fingers. Take the elbows down a little bit so you're forming cactus arms or goalpost arms. And the backs of the arms resting on the floor. And then bring the soles of your feet together. And let the knees butterfly out to the sides. Just slowly let them drop out. Coming into this hip opener and then also still focusing on this as a shoulder opening. Maybe press the backs of the arms into the floor a little bit. Noticing that opening that you get in the chest. you're feeling that tightness still in the shoulders, send the breath to help those muscles to relax, sending the message to them that you don't have to hold them up. Trust the support underneath you. Feel the breath move from your earlobes down your neck, down the tops of your shoulders, expanding those muscles in the clavicle area, the muscles that connect our shoulders to our chest. One more full inhale, and then exhale, lower the hands toward the thighs, bring the knees together, hug the knees into your chest, lift your forehead up to your knees, breathe into the back of the neck, full breath in, full breath out, and then lower the head, hold the right knee into your chest, and extend the left leg out onto the mat, and then inhale the forehead up to meet the right knee, and exhale, lower it down, extend right leg out, draw left knee into your chest. On your inhale, lift the forehead to your knee. And then exhale, lowering down, extending leg out. Inhale, right knee in, forehead lifts up to meet the knee. And then exhale, lower down, switch legs. Left knee drawing into the chest, forehead lifting to the knee. And then extend and float the arms overhead. Inhale, long stretch. Draw the right knee into your chest again. Keep your head where it is. And then guide your right knee over to the left side, coming into a supine twist. So rolling onto the left side of your body, bringing that right knee, keeping the right knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Left hand resting on top of that right knee, and then take that right arm, extend it straight out from the shoulder, palm face up. So coming into this twist early in our practice, so just take it slow. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice how the right side of the chest is opening. With that right arm extending out, we're lengthening the muscles in that arm and in that shoulder. One more full inhale and exhale. And then inhale, bring that knee back to center. Hug the left knee in to meet the right. Extend the right leg out onto the mat. Draw that left knee into your chest with your right hand now. Guide that left knee over to the right, rolling onto the right side of your body. And then extend that left arm straight out from the shoulder, palm face out. And feeling the lengthening of the muscles now in this arm. Maybe even bring the fingers to massage that area that's kind of right above the armpit, right in between your shoulder and the breastbone. Notice how those muscles feel. All the driving I did this weekend, those muscles tighten when we drive a lot. So it's a great counter stretch for the sitting, the driving, the texting. Full breath in and out. Then roll back, bringing that knee to center on your back. Hug the knees into your chest. One more time, lifting the forehead up to the knees. Take the hands underneath the knees. Begin to rock and roll forward and back. So you've got some momentum to bring you up to a seat, but also massaging the spine and then rolling forward, coming to hands and knees. So this sequence, we've already started it, helps to get into our shoulders, helps to do some isolation of the shoulder socket. So find hands and knees with your wrists, elbows, and shoulders stacked, and your knees under your hips. And then look up here for a moment. So watch, I'm not gonna bend my elbows. We've done this before, but not in a while. It's called a clavicle push-up. So you're not bending the elbows at all. You're just dropping the chest down and then up. Drop it down and up. So now take the gaze down so there's no tension in the neck. Engage the belly so the belly's not sagging, and just keep moving with your breath. So inhale to lift, exhale, the chest drops. Inhale to lift, exhale, the chest drops. Inhale and exhale. So clavicle push-up. And exhale, lower the chest and keep it in its lowered state. And then inhale, lift the crown of the head. Exhale, chin to chest. 4 more. Inhale, crown of the head lifts. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lifting the head. And exhale, chin to chest. 1 more. Inhale, crown of the head lifts. And exhale, chin to chest. And then push the chest back up. So hands and knees. Separate your hands wider than your shoulders. So probably coming to the wood. And then gently drop the right shoulder down a little bit. Look at your left hand. Inhale through center. Gently just lower that left shoulder a little bit. Your right arm staying straight, gaze looking at the right hand. Inhale through center. Drop the right shoulder. Inhale through center. Drop the left shoulder. Inhale through center. So keep alternating. Don't take it too deep yet. We're going to deepen it, but just a gentle dropping of the shoulder. Beautiful, everyone. And notice just how each shoulder feels if one is tighter than the other. So pause in center. Take a look up here. So now we're going to take it deeper. So you're going to drop the shoulder down and bend the opposite elbow. Gaze looking in the direction of that bent elbow. And just again, moving with your breath. So inhale, taking yourself through center, and exhale, lowering down. Maybe even as you drop down that straight arm, you're coming up on the fingertips. One more time, each side. And then after you've finished, sit back on your heels, interlace your fingers, figure 8 your wrists, stretch them out. And see if you can go the opposite direction. And then take one hand, place it over the fingers of the other, straighten the arms so you get a nice stretch for the wrist. And then and roll the shoulders out. One direction a few times. And the other direction. And then find Sukhasana, so easy seat, crossing the legs. Take your fingertips to your shoulders, so elbows out to the sides, and begin to bring the elbows in. So giant rolls here, keeping the fingertips on your shoulders, elbows coming all the way in. Take them out to the sides and up. One more time, this direction. And then reverse. So inhale, lifting them up. Take them back, feeling that full rotation of our shoulder sockets. Using the breath. So inhaling the elbows up and exhale them around. One more and release. And then take your strap, take it behind you, like this. So palms face up, strap lying in the palms. Oh, okay. Put the bag back. I have an extra. So hold the strap in your palms and start to pull the strap apart. You know, there's not going to be as much tension as a yoga strap. And then, so sitting back, so I don't want you on your knees, so finding an easy seat. And then the strap is in your palms, and then pull it apart, draw the shoulders away from the ears. So arms are straight, and you're pulling the strap in opposite directions, and then begin to move the head from left to right. So inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, turn the head to the left. Inhale through center, turn the gaze over to the right. Inhale through center, turn the head to the left. So keep that tension, keep drawing shoulders away from the ears. And just notice this isolating feeling of the neck stretch with the shoulders engaged. Using the breath. One more to the left and to the right. And then release, roll the shoulders out. Other direction. Maybe switch the leg that's in front, and then take your strap and let it rest across your palms now, so over the top of your hands, and bring the elbows to your side body so that your shoulders are soft and moving away from the ears. And then wrap your fingers around the strap and pull the strap in opposite direction. 30 seconds. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, gaze looking ahead. Focus on a drishti, something that's not moving. Feel the breath. Just feel this gentle activation of the muscles in the shoulders and the upper arms. One more full inhale. And exhale, release. Drape the strap over your left shoulder. Reach back, bring it forward so you can grab the straps in your right hand just underneath the chest, gently pulling that strap down a little bit on your shoulder. So you feel a little bit of pressure, downward motion, and then take your left fingertips out to the side and start to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. So it's not turning the head, it's dropping the ear to the shoulder. So really getting a deep stretch now for this whole left side from the earlobe down the neck to the shoulder, down the arm, out through the fingertips. Keep breathing in and out. That slight tension, your hand wrapped around the straps, pulling the shoulder down, deepening the stretch. One more full breath in, and then bring the head to neutral and switch the strap. Take it over the right shoulder now. So it's coming, dropping down behind you, and then bring it forward so you can wrap your left hand around the straps, coming down that shoulder. And then right hand reaching out to the side, fingertips tenting, and begin dropping left ear to left shoulder. Full breath in and out. Noticing the sensations from earlobe through the neck, shoulder, feel the lengthening down of the right arm, out through the right fingertips. Full breath in, full breath out. Maybe drawing down on the strap just a little bit more to help release that tension in the right shoulder and neck area. One more full breath in and out, and release. Head back to neutral. Strap off to the side. Extend legs out in front of you. Take the fingertips behind you, lengthening up. Lift the chest up to the ceiling. Flex the feet. Feel the spine long and the chest opening with these arms behind you. Gaze maybe looking up toward the ceiling. Breathing into that expansion. One more full inhale. And exhale, release. And that is our shoulder sequence for today. Cross at the ankles, roll forward, find tabletop. Let's warm up the spine with our cow and cat. So inhale, lift the crown of the head, tilt the tailbone up, and exhale into cow pose. Inhale into cow pose. And exhale into cat. One more time, really think about opening across the collarbones in cow pose. Keep the belly engaged, and then cat pose. You're pushing the earth away from you. And then tuck your toes under, push your seat to your heels, then straighten the legs, downward dog. And pedal out your downward dog, dropping one heel and then the other. Maybe noticing here how the shoulders feel. If there's a little bit more space, if you don't feel as much tension in the neck and shoulder area. And then find stillness. Engage the belly. So really drawing that navel toward the spine. Hips lifting toward the ceiling. And then on your inhale, slowly lift the right leg. And just bring hip height. So there's a balancing of the sacrum, of the hips. If you feel your right hip lifting up, drop it down, but then continue to try and lift that right leg. Exhale, lower that right leg down. And then next inhale, lift the left. And again, just focus on your hips, on your sacrum, keeping nice adjustments, everyone. Lowering that left hip, but then trying to lift that leg a little higher. Engage the belly. And the toes are pointing to the floor. And then lower that leg. Look between your hands and walk one footprint at a time up to the top of your mat. And inhale, lifting up halfway. Bring the arms out to the sides. Finding a flat back here. So try not to let the arms fly like in Superman pose, but extending straight out from the shoulders. So notice when you extend out from the shoulders, how that feels for the shoulder sockets. Hold the belly in, bend your knees, lift only the upper body. So lifting with a flat back, and then straighten the legs. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Arms coming out, heart leading the way. Tilt your tailbone up a little bit. Come into forward fold. Let the head drop and hang. Maybe even shake the head a gentle yes and no. Again, releasing that tension in the neck. Letting go of any unwanted tension in the body. And then everybody deepen the bend in the knees. The head is still dropped. Hang like a Raggedy Ann doll. Slowly round up to standing. Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands to hips. Put a little bend in the knees. Put weight into the left foot and hover the right foot off the mat. Drop that right hip if it lifted, a little standing series here. Take that right foot behind you. High lunge. So drop the toes down, but the right heel stays lifted. Hips facing forward. Inhale the arms up by the ears. On your exhale, begin to bend that right knee, lowering yourself down. Don't let the right knee touch the ground. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, pulse down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pulse down. Inhale, lift up. One more, pulse down. And lift up. And then drop that right heel down, shifting into warrior one. So hips are still facing forward. Feet are on two different planks of wood. The right toes turning at a 45-degree angle. Left knee bending toward 90 degrees. If that left knee is going past the toes, Then you have an opportunity to widen your stance a little bit. One more full inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back and find your plank pose. Holding plank for one full inhale. And then exhale, drop your knees down. Rotate elbow creases to the front of the room. Rock the shoulders forward, bend the elbows, lower the whole upper body so it lands at the same time. Coming down to the belly, hug the elbows into the side body, shoulders pulling away from the ears. And then inhale, lifting into cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes under and push your seat to your heels. Hips lift you up into downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your gaze and walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Lift up halfway, finding that flat back. Flip the arms out to the sides. Bend your knees, lift the upper body to stand, then straighten the legs. Arms float overhead, bring hands to heart center, and then hands to hips. Find a drishti to focus on. Weight in your right foot, hover your left foot off the mat. So just balancing here for a moment. Level that left hip if it came up. Bring that left foot behind you, landing on the toes, left heel lifted, finding our high lunge. Inhale, arms up to the ears. And exhale, lower that left knee. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. Exhale, inhale it up. Exhale, drops down. Inhale, lift it up. One more. And then drop that left heel down, shifting into warrior one. Full breath in and out as you make the little micro adjustments. So hips still facing forward. Right knee tracking with the second toe. Right knee bending toward a 90-degree angle. And then think about lengthening down through your tailbone. When you do that mindfully, it helps to stabilize the spine. Your next exhale lowers your hands to the mat. Right foot steps back, plank pose. Lower the knees, elbow creases facing forward. Rock the shoulders past the elbows, bend the elbows. Lower down. Inhale, lift up into cobra. And exhale, tuck toes under, push your seat to your heels, hips lift you up, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, full breath out. Rock the knees down, grab your blocks, place them at the lowest height under your hands. Come back to high plank here, lift the hips, come to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg, lift it to three-legged dog, just like we did before, and then draw the right knee into your chest, rocking a little forward. Bring that right foot in between the blocks. A little easier with the blocks. Drop your left heel down. Bend the right knee a little deeper. Inhale, float the left arm, spiral it in front of you, bringing you up and opening into warrior two. Isn't that beautiful? So now hips are opening to the TV wall. Strong gaze out over your right fingertips. Notice your right knee now tracking with the second toe. Sometimes in Warrior Two, our knee wants to come in or bow out. You want to have it tracking straight ahead. Press into the outer edge of your left foot to take a little heat off that right thigh. And now inhale, straighten that right leg. Rebend it and drop your forearm and elbow to the right thigh. Inhale, left arm by the ear, extended side angle. Notice if you're dumping weight into that right elbow. If you feel, or right shoulder. If you feel a lot of weight, maybe lift that right arm off of your leg and reach it for the TV, like you're giving a friend an apple. Inhale, come back to Warrior Two, and then spiral, just like we spiraled up. Spiral your hands down to the blocks, pivoting that back foot. Step the right foot back, find your high plank. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog, and then draw that left knee into your chest, rounding the back, rocking forward. Bring that left foot between the blocks. Finding your low lunge, and then drop that right heel down. So your heels are in line with each other. Inhale, float that right arm in front of you. So you're reaching, and then spiral it up, bringing the whole body up into Warrior Two. Spine perpendicular with the mat, shoulders stacking with hips. And the gaze looking out over your left fingertips. There we go. Left knee bending toward a 90-degree angle and tracking with that second toe. Breathe in. Breathe out, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, straighten that left leg. And then exhale, rebend it, extended side angle. The right arm coming in line with the ear. Reach through the fingertips. So when we keep the right arm in line with the ear, the upper arm in line with the ear, then our chest isn't collapsing forward. We want to keep that chest open. Maybe reach that bottom arm out. And then inhale back to Warrior Two. Spiral the hands down, pivoting that back foot. Move the blocks to the sides, plant your hands, step the left leg back. Drop your knees down. Rock a little forward, then bend at the elbows, lowering the whole body down to the floor. Inhale, lift into Cobra. And exhale, tuck your toes under, bring your seat to your heels. Keep the tops of the feet actually on the mat and come into a child's pose. Wrap your arms around the legs. Crown of the head dropping toward the earth. Feeling the breath in your body. If the head doesn't comfortably reach the floor, you can slide a block under. Another full breath in and out. And then slowly begin to round up to sitting on your heels and rock forward to tabletop. And then bring your blocks to the middle height underneath your hands. Draw the right knee into the chest, step the right foot forward. take this right block, heel toe the right foot to the outer edge of your mat and bring the block to the inside. Bring that left block in a little closer. Tuck the left toes under and lift up. And then begin to drop your hips toward the floor. So lizard pose with extended leg and extended arms. Right knee bending toward a 90-degree angle, and try hugging that right knee in toward your right elbow. And now drop that left knee down, uncurl the toe, bring the blocks to the lowest height, and maybe, so try this, if it's not gonna work, then stay with extended arms, but drop elbow and elbow to the blocks. So you're on the inside of that right knee, deepening this lizard pose. And just noticing the sensations here. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, and full breath out. Inhale, bringing hands to the blocks. Tuck the left toes under to lift that knee up. And then move this right block to the outside of the right foot, heel toe that right foot back in, coming back to your low lunge. Step the right foot back, finding plank. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank, drop your knees down. Blocks at the middle height. So then you can easily draw your left knee into the chest and step your left foot forward. Then heel toe that left foot to the outside edge of your mat, bringing the left block to the inside. So starting here, hands at middle height of the blocks, and then tuck your right toes under and lift that right leg. And begin dropping your hips down. So noticing the stretch already in the hip flexor here. Try not to let your chest collapse. Hollow it out a little bit. Feel that expansion. And now lower the blocks to the lowest height. Notice the shift there. Option to drop that right knee down and then take your elbows, forearms to the blocks on the inside of that left knee. One side might be tighter or more finicky than the other side. So getting a little deeper into our lizard pose. See if you can lift your chest a little bit, even if your elbows and forearms are on the blocks. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. And full breath out. Bring the hands back to the blocks. Tuck the right toes under and lift that right knee off the mat. And then heel toe the right foot in. Move the blocks to the side, hands to the mat, step that left foot back, find plank, and downward facing dog. And just stretch it out here a little bit, maybe pedal out your downward dog again. Full breath in and out. And then rock forward to plank pose, lower your knees, hug elbows in, lower the whole upper body to the mat. Bring the hands to stack, your elbows out, and then lower the forehead onto the backs of your stacked hands. Take your legs apart, turn your feet out to the sides. So the inside of your ankles falls to the floor, coming into crocodile pose. And just settling the nervous system here. Breathing from the diaphragm. Notice how the breath is coming from the diaphragm because the belly is pressing against the mat. So 2 more full breaths here, in and out. And then bring the tops of the feet to the mat again. Bring your legs closer together. Bend your knees. Slowly windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And then release the legs down. Roll onto your backs. Slide the feet in, or the heels in, so the feet are on the mat, the heels coming toward your sits bones. Reach your fingertips toward your heels. See if you can raise the backs of your heels with your longest finger. And then grab your block, slide it in between your thighs. So the thighs hugging against the block. Let the arms come down to the mat and take the arms away from your body about 20 to 30 degrees, palms face down. On your inhale, begin to lift the hips, coming into bridge pose. Keeping your gaze and your nose facing the ceiling. Imagine bringing your chest to your chin, lifting the hips and your back a little higher with each exhale. Thighs engage with the block. So you've got that engagement in the thighs, engagement in the glutes, the back muscles working, and then exhale, slowly lower 1 vertebrae at a time. And we'll take a supported bridge now. So depending on how high you lifted, either slide the block under your sacrum at the lowest height. Let the bony part of that low back rest on the block. Or if the back was a little higher, maybe turn the block to the middle height. And then this time, turn the palms to face up to get the shoulders tucking under a little bit. And the chest still lifting toward the chin versus the chin coming toward the chest. Subtle difference, but it makes a difference. And not letting the knees flare out. Knees are still in line with the floor. Feel your back, your body sliding into that support. The breath being an ocean of air. So as the sounds of the water fill up the room, feel your breath as that ocean washing over you. One more full inhale and exhale. And the next inhale, press into the feet, lift your hips up. Remove the block. Hug the knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side, massaging out the sacrum. And then another twist here, revolved abdomen twist. Let the arms float out to the sides, extending straight out from the shoulders, palms face up. Use your abdominal muscles to draw the knees a little bit more into the chest and then lower the knees down to the left so that the knees drop in line with your navel. If you need to place a block in between the thighs to help the low back find a more comfortable state, go ahead and do that. Let's see if you can just let, especially the bottom leg, just be totally relaxed and release down. The gaze looking straight up or looking out over that right arm. And just like we wring out the water from a towel, use your breath to wring out any toxins here. Our twists are a massage for our intestines. So next inhale, feel the breath gather in your belly as you lift the knees through center. Take a moment to neutralize. Keep the arms where they are. Use your abdominal muscles to draw the knees into the chest, dropping them down to the right. Coming into the twist on the other side. Letting that right leg drop down. Use a block in between the thighs if you need to, or the left leg rests on the right. Just notice the space between the ears and the shoulders. Notice if you've been able to clear any tension that you might have felt at the start of your practice. Imagine nostrils directly into the heart with this beautiful chest opener as well as a twist, breathing the air, drawing the breath directly into the chest and heart. And next inhale brings the knees back to center. Give yourself a squeeze, wrap your arms around the legs, bring the forehead up to your knees. And slowly release. So our final rest pose, if you want to extend the legs out onto the mat for corpse pose, if you can settle the back, find stillness in that. If that's a challenging pose for your back, you can bend the knees, bring the feet as wide as your mat, and then let your knees come together for constructive rest. Let the arms come away from the body a little bit, palms face up. Relax the brow. Relax the muscles in your eye sockets. Relax the muscles in your face. Unhinge the jaw. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. Release the need to hold yourself up. Allow the whole back to melt into the support underneath you. Let the arms feel heavy against the earth. Almost as if you're unable to lift them. Relax the thumb. No more work. Release fully into the support beneath you and lay you. Release any clenching or grasping. Slowly move one hand over the belly, one hand over the chest. Begin to deepen the breath and feel the breath under the hands, receiving the breath. If the legs are bent, go ahead and straighten them and then invite small movements by wiggling the toes and circling the ankles. And maybe wiggle the fingers, maybe circle the wrists. Inhale the arms overhead for a long stretch, awakening stretch. Feel that natural arch in the back. And gently draw the knees toward the chest, rolling onto your right side. Extend the right arm out to use as a pillow under the head. Take a couple breaths here, just awakening, feeling the energy move through the body from the heart. And recall your intention that you set. Did you focus on the breath to help the mind wander less? Did you accept yourself for where you were today? Did you honor your body practicing nonviolence, ahimsa? Did you work toward balancing effort with ease, releasing unwanted tension from the body? Start to bring yourself up to a seat. Easy seat, crossing the legs. Soft gaze or closing the eyes, keeping the eyes closed, whatever's comfortable for you. And then bringing your hands to your heart center A gentle bow of the head to thank yourself, directing it toward the heart, drawing from that love, that space of love. Yoga being a practice of love, the union of mind, body, and possibly spirit and soul. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Let's seal the practice with the sound of Om. Take a full inhale and exhale it out. And then inhale. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Quick announcement. I'm on vacation next week. Thought I mentioned that. Sue will cover the Monday class, but next Thursday there'll be no sub. So I'll be here Thursday for yoga meditation, and then yoga meditation will end the last Thursday of the month for the summer season. And just the Monday class will continue through from May to, I think maybe we'll restart it in November. I haven't heard yet. But yeah, but Sue will be here Monday. So if you notice the ocean water theme through the playlist, I will be underwater most of next week. So hopefully I'll see most of you on Thursday, but if not, see you in 2 weeks. Deb and Nan, thanks for joining us. Thank you. Do you need the tea? Yeah. Satish, welcome Welcome back here for a couple minutes. Thank you. I'm going to dive solo close to Cuba. Really? So we'll be offshore. Yeah. It'll just be that 2-hour transfer. But then this area diving. Okay, and then will I see when I get back? Will you still here? Yeah. Okay, good. Which means I start to. And then I taught when I did. I just really kind of hung it up for like 2 years. And then, so then I'm on their own. And this fire comes across the hands. Wow. Well, my cousin she's like, and then we'll get my dad's wish you were sleeping a little bit more, but it's fine. Really impressed. Not third, we're talking about opposites, but there's another third. Camps all summer long for kids. So all kinds of certifications for summer camp. And they do trips. Like I saw them post about they're always going out to camp all the time for pen camp. A lot of people get claustrophobic. Have you ever breathed the regulator? So, they would take you to the pool first, and that's the right way to do it versus like these resort courses. So, stop it. Just talk to him about like doing recession. And the way that they taught him, like, and then actually, I just my friend, so maybe I should be just time. No, they didn't. Oh my gosh. I think a month. No, actually, I didn't have a month. She's got 7 weeks now. She's married for the second, so she had 1 week. Okay. So these will be 30. They'll be 32. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I just wanted to thank you. I said she designed this. Did all those shoulder things. Did they feel good? Yes. And you did a lot of trips. I just did not do anything. Okay. I won't see you Thursday. No. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Hopefully that all felt good. Good. You're welcome. And that sequence, thank you so much. All right. You can do that at home, those stretches, and if you want me to write down the sequence, right? But even just that subtle, right? Is it crazy? Did you find that it relaxed after the I know. Let me get out of their way and then we could talk out in the